Millions in Syria and Iraq are facing water shortages as the region's longest river, the Euphrates, dries up.
Including a thigh bone from a dinosaur similar to T-Rex.
Colony River, a trove of fossils, some of them 10 million years old.
Witness rivers drying up, exposing millions of years old secrets. From mythical creatures rising from waters to prehistoric creatures that still exist today, and even ghost villages. You will be shocked to know what was uncovered. Here are unique discoveries found in drying riverbeds that take us on a haunting trip to the past. Swamp dragon sighting. In 2009, a story caught everyone's attention. An explorer in the heart of an unnamed cave close to a river encountered what can best be described as a swamp dragon. The creature, curving and slithering through the darkness, looked like a dragon. It was so dark the camera didn't show everything clearly, and the video cut quickly. The video went online, and viewers couldn't decide. Was this a real dragon sighting? Since nobody knows where the cave is, and there's been no news, it's tough to say. Swamp monster. In 2021, a group of friends rowing through a swamp experienced something they'd never forget. Feeling a bit daring, one of the men plunged his hand into the dark waters as a joke. Almost instantly, he yanked it back and claimed something had grabbed him. The men tried to laugh it off, guessing it was a fish. But then the water glowed and an eerie hand emerged. You probably think it's another friend pranking them, but the hand's appearance is nothing like ours. The group firmly believes they captured a swamp monster, but the creature hasn't been sighted since then. Dinosaur footprints. Texas experienced some of its worst droughts in 2022. As the rivers gradually dried up, unique revelations came to light. One of the most intriguing of these is a set of well-preserved footprints of dinosaurs imprinted upon the exposed riverbed. However, amidst these ancient tracks, another set of footprints emerged.
Dinosaur tracks. I see the claw mark.
Smaller in size, possibly belongs to an ancient human who once roamed this very area millions of years ago. The age of these footprints is still being determined, but initial estimates suggest they date back more than 100 million years.
Wow.
An ancient town. When the Philippines was inflicted by the strictest coronavirus lockdown, residents of one town broke protocols and rushed to the nearest dam. The reason? Drought in South Asia lowered the water levels, dramatically unveiling remnants of the past that had drowned centuries ago. Amongst them was a 300-year-old community that was sacrificed for a dam and submerged in the 1970s. For some locals, seeing their ancestral homes resurface was a glimmer of hope during these tough times. However, it's also a stark reminder of nature's power, both in concealing and uncovering history, and the environmental changes our planet is undergoing. Soldier relics. A group of Russian metal detecting enthusiasts took to swamps and a forest to uncover long-lost relics of World War II soldiers, and were remarkably successful in their attempt. They uncovered countless soldier relics, including a bayonet knife, a German aerial bomb, and a hand grenade. Apart from these dangerous relics, the explorers found personal belongings of soldiers who had camped out in the marshy woods. Among these were a glass flask and helmets. But the discovery doesn't end here. The helmets led them to the bodies of soldiers who have been missing for decades. The group has yet to identify these soldiers, but let's hope they find who they are so their families can get closure. Italian ghost village. In 1950, an Italian village, Caran, was evacuated and then purposely flooded in Lake Resia to make way for a hydroelectric plant. For 7 decades, villagers mourned their homes. Over the years, most forgot about the village, and those born after the 1950s didn't even know it existed. This all changed in April 2021. when citizens woke up to a lone 4th century bell tower protruding from the water. This was the result of the city to clean up the lake. Although Quran disappeared back into the water, it occasionally reemerges during dry spells, reminding Italy of a gorgeous past. A glacial plane crash. A quiet revelation unfolded on Switzerland's Altisch Glacier in August 2022, as its receding ice, a direct result of climate change, unveiled the unexpected. Remnants of a 1960s plane crash, hidden until now. It was Dominic Nellen, a mountain guide who stumbled upon the fragments of history, a scene partially preserved in the ice with passenger seats, a haunting reminder of the accident. Sadly, Nellen also discovered the remains of a passenger or pilot. The aircraft had met its unfortunate fate in the Alps in 1968 and remained a mystery for decades. A tragic discovery in even sadder circumstances. A ghostly figure. Close to the Wicklow Mountains, a chilling sight lurks in the water, a ghastly old man. His face a picture of horror emerging from the depths. His stone body feels stuck. His hands reach out desperately, trying to grasp something that's long been swallowed by the lake. A sight that could quicken anyone's pulse. But take a closer look, and you'll realize this spooky figure isn't a ghost or creature from the deep. It's actually a sculpture, known as the Ferryman's End, displayed in Victor's Way, an Indian sculpture park. The piece of art is supposed to describe burnout, and this is a reminder in stone of how we can feel overwhelmed and powerless, a feeling that's scary in its own way. Homo algus. People exploring the tranquil reserve of Seine, France were horrified when they spotted dark, mysterious creatures emerging from the marshes. With ghostly bodies, the creatures were seen bending over the marshes, prompting hundreds of ghost sighting stories. Many claimed these ghastly creatures looked alive, and even the pictures convince us. Yet, they weren't phantoms but creations of artist Sophie Prestio Como, who shaped these Homo algus with mud and seaweed. Over time, the Homo algus changed their appearance to match the marshes, so they would age with time. Ventriloquist doll. In 2020, an unsettling discovery unnerved the San Juan River community. Onlookers spotted what appeared to be a small shrouded figure, eerily human-like, bobbing along the river. Initially mistaken for a child due to its size and shape, the bundle terrified people who discovered it. But when it was unveiled by authorities, it turned out to be a creepy ventriloquist doll, which was partially burnt, as if someone wanted it gone for good. This raises so many questions. Why was it treated this way? Was someone scared of it? Maybe thinking it was haunted? We can only guess what happened. A creature from the past. In North China, rising waters revealed a marvel, a fish-like creature stirring curiosity among locals.
I saw such ponds for only 3 or 4 times. There was no water.
This wasn't just any aquatic dweller. Experts identify it as a tadpole shrimp, a living relic unchanged for over 200 million years. The sea creature gets its name from a tadpole-like shape and a scaly segmented spine that joins its tail. Its sudden appearance is intriguing, yet concerning. This ancient swimmer managed to hide for a long time and thrived in the depths. However, with shifting water levels and warmer climate, it was possibly pushed to the surface, where it might not live long. Dozens of Amazon dolphins. Just a few days ago, explorers traversing the Amazon River found the carcasses of 120 Amazonian dolphins. Finding hundreds of precious aquatic animals in such a condition is distressing, but sadly the unfortunate news doesn't end here. Experts believe the dolphins' tragic passing is a result of the sweltering heat.
Water temperature was very high on the day of the death, exceeding 102 degrees Fahrenheit,
which brought out an intense drought in the area. Droughts are increasingly becoming more common, concerning marine biologists because many aquatic creatures, like these poor dolphins, are slowly being pushed out to the shore, forced out of their homes, which are becoming uninhabitable. Let's hope we can get a grasp on the situation and do something before other animals suffer. Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. Kappa sighting. They say if you leave children unattended, a ghoulish creature emerges from the dark, ready to pull them in. Such a sight was witnessed by many who visited a park in Fukusaki, Hyogo, Japan. The toad-like Kappa was even captured on camera, emerging from the bubbling water. But don't worry, these figures, which are likely animatronic, were installed in the pond purposely, a spot known as the Kappa Pond. They emerged from the water and playfully squirted out, creating a spooky yet fascinating spectacle. While locals are in on the secret, visitors might feel like they've stepped into a mythical world. Lost Castle. The Euphrates River, ravaged by a cataclysmic drought, has unveiled a world of forgotten wonders. In 2021, the drying riverbed in Turkey revealed the bare walks of the Hastik Castle, a mysterious fortress that was once carved into the mountains, but had disappeared due to rising sea levels in 1974, after the erection of a dam. Tourists have been flocking to explore its chambers, which are connected by narrow galleries, eager to get a look at this ancient relic. However, many are concerned about the ancient castle's sudden appearance. Such a drastic change in water levels is a sign of trouble, so let's hope we are able to tackle the situation. Mastadon Bones. In 1974, construction workers toiling away on the banks of the Mureș River in Audi, Romania, stumbled upon a remarkable discovery: a collection of mastodon, or mammoth bones. These well-preserved tusks were embedded in the sandy riverbed, and their age was estimated to be around 11,000 years, or possibly even older. But hold on, there's more. A set of mastodon bones dating back a staggering 14,000 years was also found in the Floridian Alcala River, and one of them had an ancient knife wedged in its back, telling us a lot about prehistoric life. Mysterious river monster. Sean Hall and a friend were walking on the beach of River Mersey when they spotted an odd shape submerged in the wet sand. Thinking it might be an animal needing help, the two got closer. But what they found was unexpected: a strange, eyeless sea creature with sharp teeth and a slimy body. Sadly, the mysterious creature had passed away. Puzzled, they reached out to experts, including marine biologist Lung Robinson. Even for her, the creature was a conundrum. It could be a type of big river fish, but its condition made it tough to identify, prompting many to believe it was an alien-like creature. Could it be a species never seen before? It leaves us wondering what other secrets lie hidden in the depths. 5,000-year-old human bone. In 2022, in the shallows of the River Thames, Simon Hunt stumbled upon something extraordinary: a human femur.
Predates the pyramids, predates Stonehenge.
And not just any bone. This one story stretches back 5,000 years to the late Neolithic period, a time when the Stone Age was coming to an end. Carbon dating confirmed its age, and while it's impossible to know if the bone belonged to a man or woman, interestingly, we do know they were about 5 feet 7 inches tall. This unexpected discovery from the Thames is a fascinating peek into history, quietly revealed as the river's waters receded. It's a reminder that sometimes our past waits just beneath the surface, ready to be rediscovered. Prehistoric fossils. In California's Mokelumne River watershed, a routine patrol led to an astonishing discovery. Ranger naturalist Greg Francic stumbled upon what first appeared to be a petrified tree, but soon revealed itself to be a rich trove of fossils belonging to prehistoric mastodons, rhinos, tapirs, horses, camels, and fish. Some date back 5 to 10 million years.
For a trove of fossils, some of them 10 million years old.
Unearthing these relics, particularly in California, is a rare feat due to the region's tumultuous geological past. Geology professors Todd Green and Russell Shapiro called it the densest find of vertebrates in the state.
This is the densest find of vertebrates in California.
As rivers dry up, they're not just revealing water scarcity issues, but also offering us a glimpse into the world of prehistoric species that once roamed our lands. Roman shipwreck jars. Off Italy's coast near Città Vecchia, divers discovered a remarkable piece of history: an ancient Roman shipwreck over 2,000 years old. It remains resting on the seabed. The ship, stretching over 20 meters, once sailed during the 1st or 2nd century BC, and centuries later, its 20 meters long body filled with ancient jars called amphorae. Interestingly, most of these jars were still intact, though they were empty, giving us a curious insight into the skillful art of the Roman Empire. It's interesting how changes in the water reveal such ancient secrets, right? Ice Age Bison Skull. For amateur archaeologists, finding an ancient skull is more than they can dream of, but what one man stumbled upon turned out to be an even rarer treasure. Amidst the chunky gravel of a drying riverbed, he uncovered a bison skull with an astonishing 30-inch horn spread.
Much left of it.
Far exceeding the usual 21 to 24 inches of modern species, suggesting it's a relic from the past, possibly the Pleistocene epoch, at least 2.5 million years ago. There is still a lot we don't know about this rare discovery, but it suggests wherever the find was, bison and other creatures walked the earth far longer than we know. An ancient village. After the Thrushcross Reservoir in England experienced a drought in 2022, its banks revealed mysterious tunnels and passageways. Initially mistaken for old canals, further exploration unveiled an ancient underwater village. Despite being mostly submerged, the discovery has captivated researchers and locals alike. The emergence of this hidden village showcases the power of nature and the secrets it can reveal. As experts continue to explore and study the village, they hope to unravel the mysteries and gain insight into the lives of the people who once inhabited this submerged marvel. Mysterious cemetery. In 1982, road workers in Utah, USA stumbled upon a bone-chilling discovery while digging in a swamp. Amongst the muddy depths, they uncovered a multitude of skulls, the remains of 168 individuals. Through meticulous analysis, experts determined that these skulls hailed from the Archaic period, around 5100 BC. The swamp's unique conditions had remarkably preserved these ancient skulls, which is an incredibly rare phenomenon. This chilling discovery reminds us of the hidden tales beneath the Earth's surface, waiting to be uncovered. A century-old shipwreck. Amidst the ongoing drought that had affected the Mississippi River, an intriguing discovery emerged. In Baton Rouge, the receding water levels unveiled the skeletal remains of a shipwreck, believed to be over 100 years old. Dr. Chip McGimsey, a state archaeologist, identified the structure as the Brook Hill Ferry.
The river is up there in that tall green weedy patch.
Believed to have met its fate in 1915. The Brook Hill Ferry's discovery takes us back in time when the Mississippi River was a crucial commercial route.
Either on the railroad or on boats. And the Mississippi River was...
And hundreds of ships would traverse its waves between the 17th and 19th centuries. Who knows what else lies submerged in our rivers? Jangbat fossils. A remarkable discovery emerged from the Danshu River's banks in China's Habbu province as water levels dipped. The Jangbat, a collection of fossils around 518 million years old. This isn't just any fossil trove, it's a collection of fossils so well preserved, their soft tissues, skin, eyes, and even internal organs were visible in stunning detail. With over 20,000 specimens, including jellyfish, sea anemones, and worms. Many of these fossils were previously unknown to us, showing us how our oceans are full of unfathomable mysteries. World War II tank. In a thrilling discovery, a rare World War II tank emerged from the depths of the Warta River in eastern Poland. This extraordinary find, buried in mud, is none other than the British-made Valentine tank. What sets it apart is its uniqueness. There are no other preserved examples of this tank found anywhere in Europe, so you can pretty much imagine the reaction when it was pulled up. Once a part of the Red Army, this valiant tank met its untimely end in 1945 while crossing the frozen river. Though interesting, this discovery highlights how even our mighty waters weren't forgotten in times of war. Soviet tank. In 2007, the Neva River near St. Petersburg, Russia, relinquished a long-held secret from its depths, a World War II-era BT-5 tank. A a silent participant from a 1941 battle against Nazi forces. It belongs to a group of tanks, which were used in the 1939 Soviet invasion of Poland. This armored veteran was crafted between 1933 and 1935, and possibly submerged after defeat, or being abandoned. Those who unearthed the tank didn't let it go to waste. It underwent restoration, and today stands as a monument near Nevska Dubrovka, reminding us about the horror of battles. Dinosaur fossils. It's not just drying rivers that are unraveling mysteries. Sometimes ancient rivers that have long dried give us clues about the past. In Maryland, a group of archaeologists and history enthusiasts dove into ancient maps outlining the tributaries of a river that once flowed through the sea. In their unearthing, the group made an astonishing discovery.
I have a sneaking suspicion that the flow is kind of going behind me.
A bed of dinosaur bones, among which was a giant thigh bone, possibly belonging to a T-Rex or a similar species.
Including a thigh bone from a dinosaur similar to T-Rex.
The group unearthed many more dinosaur bones, some of which may belong to a species we didn't know existed. Ancient Roman fort. Just a year ago, the ancient Roman fort of Castro Candes reappeared from the depths in Spain's Galicia region. Due to dropping water levels in a local reservoir, this ancient fort, once submerged beneath the waters, now stands exposed with its streets and structures laid bare for all to see. After its appearance, hundreds of tourists flocked to the region to observe. But while the reveal of the fort's streets and structures offers a unique glimpse into the past, it also highlights the growing water scarcity issue, something we need to fix as soon as possible. Moving swamp. Imagine Mother Nature coming to life to grab you from below. An imaginative sight became reality for one Louisiana resident when he ventured into a swamp and it began moving. With scary splashes and sudden movements, it almost seemed like the swamp was possessed. Turns out the swamp hosts hundreds of alligator gars, one of the few prehistoric fishes still alive today. The gar had gotten stuck after the swamp had dried up. Most of them didn't survive.
All the surviving wildlife is fighting to survive.
Luckily, this good Samaritan was able to pull them out and release them into safer waters. Glyptodon remains. While wandering through a newly dry riverbed, a farmer in Argentina encountered what appeared to be a gigantic, unusual stone formation. Captivated by its peculiar appearance, he reached out to experts and discovered it was actually the remains of a glyptodon, an ancestor of today's armadillos. Among these two fossils belonged to mature glyptodons and a pair of their babies. These relics featured shells comparable in size to vehicles and were estimated to have roamed our planet roughly 20,000 years in the past. The Lost Temple. The Wat Neng Bao Yai was once one of the most beautiful temples in Laburia province in Thailand. But when construction for the nearby Pasak Klasit Dam began, the temple was submerged underwater, where it remained hidden for 20 years. In 2019, the reservoir drastically reduced its capacity, finally revealing the ruins of the temple and a 13-foot headless Buddha statue, whose body still remains erected in the temple today. Drying water brought back this lost temple to the ground, and tourists have been flocking to the area in hopes of learning about its spirituality. 16th century church. In 2021, in the southern state of Chiapas, Mexico, a fascinating discovery emerged amidst the grips of drought. The ruins of a 16th century church resurfaced from the receding waters of a reservoir. The roofless church stood for over 400 years. Specialists believe the structure, erected in 1564 by Dominican friars, served as a place of worship for the Zoc people of the region. This was not the first time the church has made an appearance. It revealed itself once before in 2002, when water levels were similarly low due to drought. The receding waters remind us of the growing problem of droughts, a story we're all part of now. Ancient school. The Mosul Dam, one of the largest in the Middle East, serves a significant purpose, but this year, its capacity has drastically decreased. Amidst the dwindling water levels of the Mosul Dam Lake in northern Iraq emerged a peculiar sight: the ruined walls of a school that once stood tall and enlightened thousands of students. Its structure is now completely covered in salt and is only recognizable due to a flagpole that crookedly stands out. Even the metal bars of the window are littered with seashells. Only older villages were able to recognize the structure. Since it was submerged for so long, it became a forgotten relic. Buddhist statues. Last August, a severe heat wave in China drastically lowered the Yangtze River's levels, unveiling a treasure long hidden beneath the waves. 3 majestic Buddhist statues slowly emerged from the cave shelter they sat in for more than 600 years. The Buddhist statues were crafted during the Ming and Qing dynasties and were originally situated atop the highest point of an island. However, the passage of time saw them submerged beneath the river's depths. Now, as the water level rapidly declines, these centuries-old icons have resurfaced, allowing people to marvel at their intricate beauty once again. Hungry stones. In August 2018, onlookers were confused when they discovered perplexing alphabets etched upon the rugged cliffs near the Albi River of the Czech Republic. One of them even stated, "If you see me, then weep." A closer look by experts revealed they were hunger stones, carvings that only unveiled their secrets when the river's water level plummets to an extreme low. They were placed to warn the townsfolk and alert them to the scarcity of water. Their sudden emergence is truly alarming, suggesting water in the river is at an all-time low. Stonehenge. These aren't just regular rocks. They're important pieces of history that were hidden underwater and emerged after a record-breaking drought in Europe.
Higher water level, and that is because there's a massive drought in Europe at the moment.
This ancient structure is made up of 150 different-sized granite stones, arranged in a circle.
These stones were discovered about 100 years ago, but then in the 1960s,
much like the famous Stonehenge, which is why it's named the Spanish Stonehenge. But unlike its English twin, the Spanish Stonehenge's origins trace back an astounding 3,000 years before the birth of Christ. Some believe it might have been a place where people worship the sun, like a temple. Others think it could have been used as a burial ground for ancient communities. Who knows? World War II explosives. In the summer of 2022, during a period of drought, the Po River, Italy's longest river, revealed a startling find: a 450-kilogram bomb. Recognizing the potential danger, the Italian Army's explosive ordnance disposal team swiftly took control of the situation. Following meticulous preparations and clearing the surrounding area, they conducted a controlled explosion to safely dispose of the bomb. But the problem doesn't end here. Experts caution that countless hidden explosives, armed and ready to be triggered, may lie concealed across the continent. Mormon Island. After droughts hit Folsom Lake in California, dozens of amateur archaeologists headed to the area in hopes of finding remnants of the past. One of them discovered a peculiar pattern of stone formations, believed to be an old mining town called Mormon Island.
About the re-emerging ruins of the gold rush town known as Mormon Island.
Amongst the remnants of Mormon Island, enthusiastic diggers unearthed what seemed like the remains of a winery, ancient wells, and concrete walls. Further digging revealed rusty nails and tools, believed to be used by people for the infamous California Gold Rush. The site is now a California registered landmark, where tourists love to observe history. Car Graveyard. Beneath the calm surface of Hiram Reservoir, a surprising discovery emerged, shedding light on a forgotten chapter of history. As the water levels receded, more than a dozen cars came into view.
But they start showing up as soon as the water starts going down.
It is believed the cars were abandoned in the 1950s and purposely dumped into the Hiram Reservoir to secure the shoreline. Sadly, most of these cars have deteriorated and are way past restoration. Although the riverbed has dried and exposed the cars, it is incredibly difficult to remove them, since most of them are embedded in the sand. What a sad day for car lovers! World War II ships. Recently, the waters of the Danube River receded due to an impending drought, revealing a chilling sight. Dozens of Nazi warships sunken in the depths after the German troops retreated. Though these warships have long rusted, they can still be dangerous. These relics of war are like ticking time bombs because they house an estimated 10,000 kilograms of explosives. Oh, but it gets worse. An even greater threat arises from the harmful chemicals and toxins seeping into the river waters. Let's hope nothing catastrophic happens. Chinese stone bridge. China's massive drought led to Piyang Lake receding, revealing an astonishingly crafted stone bridge. This bridge isn't just old, it's an estimated 400 years ancient, a precious remnant of the Ming dynasty. Its age alone makes it a significant relic. But what really astounds me is the sheer length of this bridge, stretching an awe-inspiring 2,930 meters across the vast expanse of Piyang Lake, China's largest lake. This incredible feat, achieved with limited tools and resources, leaves us in awe of the skill possessed by the architects of the Ming dynasty. Ancient ball game scoreboard. In a recent archaeological adventure, a team of dedicated researchers unearthed a remarkable find near the Chichen Itzi archaeological site in the Mexican Yucatan Peninsula. Among hundreds of other artifacts, they discovered an ancient game scoreboard, suggesting even ancient humans had fun. This circular artifact ages at least 1,000 years and showcases two players of the game standing alongside a ball. The scoreboard stone now rests under the care of Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology, as researchers are trying to find out what game it refers to. Gold coins. In October 2022, during an archaeological excavation along the Herman River, archaeologists were left stunned when they discovered a cache of 44 Byzantine gold coins. These exceptional coins were minted under the reign of Emperor Hercules and date back over 1,000 years. This isn't the first time gold was recovered. Just recently, the drying of the Euphrates, the longest river in Western Asia, revealed hundreds of gold nuggets, prompting a worldwide frantic. Because as lovely as this discovery sounds, the sudden drying up of a major water body, it's a terrifying thing. It's time for today's open discussion. A mysterious creature emerged from an unidentified river, followed by dozens more. Their bodies were etched with flesh and terrifying expressions that could turn even Medusa to stone. These Demogorgon-like creatures were captured on camera, much to the horror of those who saw the viral photos. You probably think this is a real-life Demogorgon, or a similar creature that would usually be seen in a horror movie, but this is not the case. Although these creatures look terrifyingly rare, they're made up, not with stones or mud, but Photoshop. Someone skillfully crafted these photos and spread them online, claiming they were real, but experts quickly debunked these claims. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.